Hello and welcome back. This is Speaking with Judgment, hosted by Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If this is your first time viewing the channel or seeing me on TikTok, welcome. Pleased to have you. Delighted. Like, follow, and subscribe. The biggest story from Monday night was Jayson Tatum might never be the same. He might be out for a full season. The bigger story last night wasn't the Knicks going up 3-1 because the Tatum injury quite simply changes the outcome of the series. It's not about the game, it's about Jayson Tatum. Will he ever be the same? Is this a career ending injury? I believe that those questions are being asked. The biggest story in sports was one of the game's brightest stars was that he had to undergo surgery to repair a torn Achilles. I don't think I'm being hyperbolic when I say the landscape of the league changed because Tatum's injury. What does this mean for the future, not just the series? What does this mean for the future of the Celtics? In all of these conversations, when it pertains to basketball, who is the next face of the league? Face of the league. Is it going to be Anthony Edwards? Steph's about to be gone. LeBron is about to be gone. The league needs a new face to take over. Jayson Tatum is a perfect candidate for face of the league, but this injury is heartbreaking. Losing was a very small part of this. It was a very small part that hurts for Boston because that injury is hard to come back from. Kevin Durant hasn't quite been the same since he suffered the same injury because the Achilles affects you. When you're seeing that what happened last night, when his right leg gives out and he crumbled to the floor while diving for a loose ball and lying on the floor in agonizing pain, you knew instantly that was bad. I was like, oh man, that's an Achilles injury. That's not just a non contact injury, that's a gruesome injury. He needed help leaving the court and could not put weight on his right foot. I hate that for him. I'm heartbroken by his injury. I feel so bad for him. That injury is serious. This injury is one that's feared throughout the sport. I mean, you could come back from this, but a lot of times you're never the same. That's sad, and I feel terrible for him. It was nice to see the Knicks fans cheer him when he was taken off the court. And it was a very rough start for him in this series. Boston dropped a couple at home versus the Knicks. Tatum struggled immensely, making shots and scoring the ball, was inefficient and had awful misses. But as the series went on, he started to figure it out, picked himself up after an awful start to the series, delivered one of his greatest performances ever, and his body gave out. He was having the game. The 42 points, obviously, but also in the fourth quarter, he was delivering. He had 11 points in the quarter. He was going shot for shot with Jalen Brunson at Madison Square Garden. And now, he gets injured. It's like the Celtics are backed into a closet. How are you going to get out? To be fair, I don't think the Celtics were winning that game either way. They were down 9 when he got hurt. So at that point, I felt like the Knicks were going to win anyway. But once he went out, obviously it was over. And look, we criticize Jayson Tatum a lot when he doesn't show up, but he's a legitimate superstar. He's going to be first team All NBA. The fact that he was silencing his haters and stepping up in the moment until he couldn't. Man, it was moments like that you would actually put him in that tier. I was devastated by last night. I was devastated for him because he had finally found his touch and rhythm and he just was locked in. He was actually the only Celtic shooting the ball efficiently. Forget what we said about him early in the series, and maybe things go a bit differently because he was on his way to a 50-point night had he stayed in the game. And every bucket was meaningful down the stretch while they were down seven with 3 minutes to go. I can't get over us watching last night where Tatum suffers a serious injury that will keep him sidelined for the rest of this series and half of next season. It's really unfortunate. And Boston being down 3-1 and after losing their star player to an injury, I don't know if Boston wins this series, but I believe they'll win game 5. Champions plan with pride on their home floor. I think they go back home and get game 5, but it's over for the Celtics. It was over before Tatum's injury, and I know that I speak for all of us who love basketball, all of us who love the game of basketball, that we never like to see a a, a basketball figure get injured. It sucks, you know. He's your most important player, and now you don't have him. Even though he didn't play well to start the series, you know, there was times where he just struggled. But he had finally got into a rhythm. He finally started settling in, getting more comfortable. You know, his shots were falling and everything. And then to have this happen, I mean, it's a real shame. It really sucks, you know, that they're going to be without Jayson Tatum. And it sucks for them because he is their superstar that they have built around for the future. You know, he's the future of your franchise. He's one of your cornerstone players. So to see this happen to him, the same way that it happened to Kevin Durant, it's a huge blow for this franchise. I'm sure it just sucked the life out of the city of Boston, man. Those fans are probably just devastated right now. They're probably at loss for words. You really don't have the words for this, because it's one of those crazy injuries that you just don't, that you're never prepared for, you know. But we do know that Tatum underwent surgery to repair a torn right Achilles tendon. I mean, it's catastrophic. It's a catastrophic season-ending injury for one of the NBA's young faces, and the Celtics, man. I mean, this just it's really unfortunate. And when I saw him go down, I knew. I knew. And I think that was everybody's fear, right? It was a serious injury. You know, seeing him push off, seeing his leg give out, he immediately grabbed it, just in tremendous pain, couldn't bear any weight on it, and needed to be wheelchaired off. And I know there was some people out there probably hoping he could pull a Paul Pierce and somehow get back in the game, but that wasn't happening. That wasn't the case. This was a more severe injury. This was a serious injury, and my prayers go out to Jayson Tatum, man. I hope he makes a strong comeback. I wish him a speedy recovery. And, you know, a lot of these players do come back from injuries like this, but again, they're never the same. But with today's doctors and technology, and, you know, we've seen players look better than ever before when coming back from an injury. So, you know, again, best of luck to Jayson Tatum, man. As far as the series go, I think the Knicks will win in Game 6. They'll come back home and they'll close it out at the Garden. And the Knicks will be moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals where they will face the Indiana Pacers, which should be one hell of a series. All right, guys, I'm wrapping this up. I'm out of here now. It's been fun chatting as always. That's all I have for you guys tonight. We'll talk again very soon. I have more great content for you guys tomorrow. Please make sure you do me a huge favor. Once again, I said this early in the video, but please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Share this video with your friends, your neighbors, your family members. Share it with anybody you know, and make sure you hit the like button. But guys, I'm checking out of here now. Talk to you guys again very soon. Have a great night, everyone.